Team HEC, Austin Podolsky here. I've got some exciting updates for you. We've got your hologram here with the speaker upgrade. We're going to cover that in just a second. I also have a very cool tool I wanted to show you. It is the CatchMD sponsored HEC provider and patient portal. This is an app that allows for you to not only host the HEC library of content for educational and advertorial purposes, as well it allows for you to host that educational material about other medical aesthetic procedures and or those of your sponsored physicians. Before I get too much further into the app, and I do want to show you a very cool before and after tool as well, we're going to go ahead and show you what we've done with the hologram. So as you can see, we've got a screen here of a Amazon Fire Stick. So I've gone ahead and connected and upgraded the device with a Fire Stick. I've got 2 clicks down and I'm in our CatchMD app. Now that auto loops content based on what's on our server, but we simply navigate into iPad mode and that gives me the full control of content either played once or infinitely to this display. Now when I talk about content, I'm talking about all of that material we've created for you or that you might create over time, things like before and after loops, etc., which we can just grab and cast to the device and be able to control things like volume. As you can see, that speaker upgrade's there. I could go ahead and mute that, turn that off. I could turn that back on, bring down that volume so that we've got more kind of room tones going on. And I have full control of all the media to the device. Again, wirelessly, right? Through the existing iPads that you have in the business. Now, there's also the host of that clinical information that we talked about, or any patient who signed a HIPAA compliance document that allows for us to use their likeness and boast it for a success story, etc. And we can take all of that different content and make these different playlists. As by example, we're consulting a male. I've got a male playlist. We simply hit press all before he enters the room, and the content loop will play geared towards him, his demographic, and what he's got going on. Same for females, and or if we want to feature or highlight one of our sponsored physicians, we can play their commercial list here. Now, outside of that very cool tool, of course, you know, I wanted to hit you with some before and afters. So I'll show you our before and after capability. So I've gone in here to my patient file, and as you can see, I've pulled up one of my earlier taken photos from today, and I'm able to look at things like side profile, etc. We can even get fun with it and go ahead and do some before and after comparisons here that we can go ahead and cast into the device and zoom in on, feature, look at. And this is awesome to give somebody that viewpoint, you know, if you will, that they don't get to necessarily see every day. Things like the top of the crown, etc., right? And this is helpful for indication. It's helpful for education. It's also great for retention mid-membership. Now, another cool before and after that I can show you that is a part of a IR sensor upgrade, not a very expensive upgrade for your iPads. We can actually go in and take a 3D model of a patient and cast it into the hologram or any large format HDMI enabled display, i.e. a flat screen. So we've captured Maria, and we're going to go ahead and let her object file load, and then we'll let the color grade load. And what's cool about this 3D tool is I can capture the patient very easily, don't need a lot of space. IR sensor is pretty smart, works pretty quickly. A scan doesn't take but a few minutes. Now once she's in the box, that's where she really comes to life. And she comes to life for us specifically because we can look at things like the top of her crown that she may not be able to see herself, right? And we can see trouble areas a little bit better, thinning areas a little bit better, highlight those and talk to the patient about those, okay? We can also turn her about, do a little look-see there at the side profile, okay? We can bring her back and go back here. If we're monitoring, you know, that Ludwig, Norwid scale, it's really helped to explain that with the use of 3D photography. So I digress. I could play with this app all day, every day. I think it's a very cool tool. We're excited to roll this out with you guys as our first beta client, and I'll look forward to talking more on Thursday. Thanks, gentlemen.